finale of our home fair event. So that means we pulled the best of the best from our home inventory. And this is something that, no kidding, ever since I aired this, I think I had the first airing with Tracy Rosa a couple of weeks ago. And I literally have been thinking about this since that airing. I do need this, and whether you are social distancing in a very hot cottage, as she is, or if you have a hot room. I know I've told my tales of woe. I actually have 2 AC units in my townhome, and they still can't keep up. It's hot everywhere. It's just gonna get worse. And that being said, there's always one hot room. And I look at it this way, because I love to cook, I love to be in the kitchen, but you don't turn every burner on your stovetop on to boil a can of soup. You turn that one burner on. But if you think about your thermostat and how much money you're throwing away, if you're like a lot of us, myself included, you're cranking that thermostat lower and lower and lower, but the bedroom at the back end of the house is still 5 to 10 degrees hotter, or you're cooking in the kitchen, or you want your square footage back. You wanna be able to use your garage, maybe as a mobile office, you know, upstairs, downstairs, basement, attic, mother-in-law apartment, or more importantly, taking control of your finances. Because yes, when we talk about air conditioning, we need it this time of year, certainly more than ever, hottest summer on record already, but we're doing this only as long as supplies last. Hunter is a company that is known for moving the air. This has a lot of the features that you would only find in units that are easily double the price. It is final quantities. It is reduced shipping. It is less than $90 on your credit card, still with that 30-day return policy. So honestly, I would get it. I am curious to hear the stories from Tracy Rosa. Okay, girl, you are social distancing someplace. Oh, wait.
Take it off.
See, live TV. Okay, okay, what the?
I'm sorry. I am out, like way out in Western New York. My gimbal's going crazy. Everything's going crazy in the middle of the night. My wonderful daughter is helping me run camera tonight. But just a little backstory, Shannon. I'm actually in Western New York in quarantine, because we all know that HSN is in Florida. I live in Florida. Yep. And when you go to New York, you have to be in quarantine. And my family's up here, so I came here to see them. So I've been under mandatory quarantine. And I'm very blessed because my parents have a very fun lake house on Chautauqua Lake, but it's 100 years old. It's very small. There's no central AC, and it has been hot, hot, hot. So I'm telling you, when this has been a saving grace, I really can't express it enough. I mean, this truly is a saving grace up here, because like I said, this cottage is about 500 square feet, and this, or 1,000 square feet, and this guy is literally cooling the entire house here. Okay, so Shannon, can you hear me a little bit? Or
I can't. No, that is perfect. Hey, Tracy, you'll have to refresh my memory, because it wasn't on hsn.com. Is this 13,000 BTU? 14?
15,000 BTU. 15,000 BTU. So literally one of the most powerful AC units that you can get in your home is right here. And this is true portable AC. So as you can see right here, it's just attached to my wall, or right attached to the window. If you have a window and if you have a plug, you can use this AC unit. So I want to kind of show you, you know, you can see here I have it set at 71, a great temperature. It's attached to the wall unit. But listen, I told you, this is a 100-year-old cottage. So for years, okay, and again, my daughter's helping me with the camera. For years, we have been relying on this, Shannon.
Oh.
Okay, you call me too much information, Tracy. But this has been, listen to how loud it is. This is what we've been relying on. And this is what they've always called a portable AC unit, right? Because they say you put it in your window. Well, first and foremost, it's not portable. Once you put this in, it stays forever. And second, you know, it utilizes the entire window. I can't use this window now. I hide this, you know, it's kind of an eyesore, it's old, but at the end of the day, it only cools this area. it literally just cools this side of the room. Well, that's my room, so lucky for me, but my daughter's room's right there. My parents' room's in the back, so only this area is getting cool. When I have the Hunter AC unit, I'm talking that it can now cover almost 500 square feet with this one unit right here. And it has a remote control.
Well, and not only a remote control, Trace, but it is also, so right now it's great that you're sharing it with everybody else in that cottage, but it's got casters. So let's say you want it in the family area right now, but then shoot, you can only take generosity so far. I would haul this to my bedroom, you know? Everybody else can fend for themselves. And that's really kind of the genius of this. Like that window rattler that you were showing as a comparison, shoot, 100-year-old cottage, that's probably gonna be there for the next 100 years. This is not an eyesore, but it's more effective. It's obviously more powerful. Try to, I'd almost double dog dare you. Do a little internet, you know, search on what a 15,000 BTU air conditioner is gonna cost you. Hunter is a brand name. I can't believe we have any of these left. I mean, seriously, this is final call and final quantities at $349.95. And Tracy, that's just it. It has the remote control. It has all the convenience features, but it's also like doing more. It's moving the air. I can use it as a fan. I can use it as an air conditioner. It's really doing everything all in one unit for this sale price, isn't it?
Yeah, and so let's talk about that for a second. You know, I get so excited on the fact that it's portable. Like you said, it's on casters. All you need is a window and a plug. So whatever room you have a window and a plug in, you can use this. Now, what kind of window do you have? If you have a window that's 24 to 48 inches, whether it's vertically or horizontal, you can use this one, okay? But it's a 3-in-1. It's a fan, it's an AC unit, and it's a dehumidifier. But when it comes to dehumidifiers, a lot of times what happens is there are water reservoirs in the tank here. So let's say it's pulling all of this moisture out of the air and it's going into that tank. Well, a lot of times when the tank gets full, the machine shuts off. So let's say it's the middle of the night, it's a heat wave, it's hot as you know what, and then your machine cuts off and you gotta get up, you got to dump the tank, you got to do all this stuff. There's nothing like that in this. It is one of the most advanced pieces of technology that Hunter has. Hunter's been around for more than 100 years. You trust the name, you know the name. But it is 3 years old, and that's what we love so much about it. It's grabbing all of the moisture from the air, it's putting it into its tank, and then it's basically vaporizing all of that moisture, and it's blowing it out through the window. So again, really, really advanced technology. So that's why you need a window. You have, and then it has those oscillating, the oscillation up top here. So it really moves the air from the top of the home to the bottom of the home. It moves it from side to side. It moves it wherever. So you're able to cool down all size rooms. And I love this, like you said, for zone cooling, Shannon. So I actually have one here, obviously where we are on Lake Chautauqua, but I have one in my home in Florida because my daughter and our office is in the back of the house and it's always hot. We have one central AC unit. So the last thing I want to do is take that AC and bring it down to 70 degrees just to cool off those back 2 rooms. And the rest of the house is freezing, but those rooms are still so hot. So it's so great to be able to have a unit on wheels. If there's a window and there's a plug, I'm able to put it in there and really cool those rooms down without having to crank that thermostat down to basically nothing.
Well, and girl, this is moving the air. I just turned it on here in the studio, and you and I have had the pleasure of airing this before. I really have. I've been thinking of you, Tracy, but I've been thinking about this, and I'm gonna place my order tonight. I can see the quantities that we have left. I'm pretty confident when I say that this is it. That's a little over 1,000, so 1,200 only. And we really only do these once a year, so when they're gone, they are gone. I have sold a lot of these air conditioners on the air. Now, for my own personal opinion, for what it's worth, this is the best bang for the buck on any of them I have personally sold, and I consider myself kind of an authority on ACs because I've had to repair my own AC at home. I mean, the whole 9 yards. But you know me, Tracy, I'm a little belligerent about those graphics because first of all, it should say 3-in-1. That should be at the top line.
Right.
Because it's a fan, it's an AC, and it's a dehumidifier. That's number one in terms of my argument, but we've only got so much room on the graphics. And then I know 400 square feet is kind of a ballpark, but to me, it's all about that BTU. 15,000 BTU from a Hunter. I have no idea how they got this price. I really don't, because I have sold 3-in-1s, but I can tell you for a fact I've sold ones that weren't Hunters and that did not have this much power to them. I love this remote. I love how great it looks. You can move it from room to room, and that is reduced shipping. Now, that is only as long as supplies last. You still get that 30-day return policy. Boy, oh boy, if you want to cool whatever room you're in, if you want to be more comfortable. But Tracy, more importantly, there's really kind of a health and safety factor associated with heat. Because, I mean, you can certainly speak from experience in that beautiful cabin in which you're staying. You know, the truth is, we aren't as healthy if our homes are overly warm, our electronics aren't performing as well. Just from a safety and security standpoint, you know, or just being able to sleep better at night, this just makes a lot of sense.
Well, Shannon, my parents are asleep, so I'm going to like totally out them on their age. My parents are in their 70s. I have a daughter that's 15. I have a daughter that's 13. We're in a, you know, 1,000 square foot cottage on the lake. And when it's hot, I think people can relate. When it's hot, you're miserable.
You are.
Like everybody is miserable. And you're right. You don't sleep well. You don't rest well. Everybody's grouchy. And if any sign of relief, and this is that relief for you, you know, again, it's a 3-in-1. So if you're like, well, okay, I'm trying to consider or justifying the price of this. It's the summer. It's only a few months. Well, you always need a dehumidifier, and you always need a fan. So let's just say that you have the heat on in the winter and you need a fan to help circulate that heat. This is that solution as well. And I don't want people to get hung up on the 400 square feet, because at the end of the day, in a 400 square foot room, it's going to cool it down like that. But if you have a bigger size room, it's still going to cool it down. It just may take a little bit longer. Not a lot longer. It's a great unit. You can see, I mean, you can see that I'm doing like a little music video right here. You know, you can definitely see that it's pushing the air. I love the remote. So let's say that you have this in your bedroom. You just want to cool it for your bedroom, and you get that perfect temperature. And then maybe in the middle of the night, it was a little too cold and you want to adjust it, or let's say it wasn't cold enough, you can adjust it without having to get out. Or if you're in the living room and you found that comfy spot on the couch, you can adjust it through the remote. Everything on the remote is on the panel right here. And your installation is nothing. You literally take it out of the box. The casters are already on. You put it in the window, and that exhaust is going out the window. All of the moisture it's grabbing from the air is going out of the window. You don't lose your use of the window, and you can use it with your screen still in. So you don't have to take the screen out. Now, the comparison is, we're going to go back to the other one, if you don't mind. When we think of portable AC units, we think of these. We think of those window units. And a lot of times, Shannon, these aren't even allowed by the Homeowners Association, because you know what it looks like on the other end of this. You know, there's a lot of moisture, a lot of condensation. There's a lot of mold affiliated with this. It's just doing a direct airflow. It's only cooling down the immediate area, and it's not portable. If you've ever lifted one of these, if you've ever put one of these in your window, you know it's not portable. Once you put it in, because it's some crazy accordion style, once you put it in, it's in, all right? And then you lose the entire use of your bottom window. With ours, you still use your window, and all you do is plop it in, you close the window down, and you're good to go.
It's genius.
It literally is cooling down your entire room.
Okay, because we're doing so many Skype things. Look, I'm processing. I'm trying to log into my HSN account so I can buy this. It's so funny because my director's like, well, are you grabbing the remote? I'm like, no, dude, I'm grabbing my phone. I'm ordering this because we only have about 1,000 of these to go around. Tracy, before we sell this out, and I'm getting mine, I hope you get yours, First of all, you can see how sleek and how smooth this is. But when we say dehumidifier, now I'm gonna tell tales on my parents. So Shannon sleeps in the basement when I get to go home, and they have a dehumidifier in their basement. So part of Shannon's job is when that little sucker overflows, there's this big old basin, bin, smelly, situation. Describe the difference between the Hunter when we say fan, AC, and dehumidifier.
Right.
It's none of the things that I'm used to with the old school, right?
Yeah, so basically what happens, Shannon, is that this machine pulls the moisture out of the air. And instead of taking that moisture and putting it into that bin that you talk about, what it does is it vaporizes. It turns it into this vapor. So as soon as it turns into the vapor, that's what's being pushed out of this tube right here. It really is the most advanced technology. So you don't have a basin of water sitting in this machine unit. Within a matter of seconds, as it points, because listen, when it's hot and it's humid and you're sweating and all that stuff, that's all the moisture in the air. You can't cool down if you have all of that humidity. So it pulls that humidity and pulls that moisture out of the air and immediately vaporizes it and throws it out of the window. That's why you need a window unit right here. So it goes out there. But you can see it's only a couple inches of space that you're using. And if you have a window that goes up and down versus side to side, it's no problem. All you need is 24 inches to 48 inches. We give you that adjustable slider. You pop the window unit in and you're good to go. It's really a matter of seconds. And then it's very easy. You have an on and off switch. You have a mode, which is cool, dry, and fan. Dry is the dehumidifier mode. And then again, you have low, medium, high fan speeds, and you have it on a sleep mode and a timer. If you just, let's say you like falling asleep where it's really cold, but you don't want it cold all night, set it for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to normal. You have the oscillation right here, but really it is a year-round solution, whether you're zone cooling, whether you're cooling a small space, whether you're cooling, whatever. It really is a great solution for any home, Shannon, any time of the year.
Well, I just got mine. I'm one of a handful of people who can get theirs. Well, as we say, and Tracy, be safe. It is so good to see you. Enjoy that family time, and we can't wait to have,
thank you, my friend.
Leased it back in your home, okay?
Yes.
Thank you.
We're taking all of our safe measures, but thank you, my friend.
Absolutely. Thank you, Trace. All right, grab yours. I got mine. That's the most powerful that we offer for the best price. Even if you're not using it as an AC, I'm telling you what, the way